network marketing probably as long or maybe longer than I have been around. He was a very successful insurance agent before coming into network marketing, but now he's actually responsible for opening up a lot of markets in the Asia Pacific region, including Hong Kong, including Taiwan and Singapore and a lot of other places. And he's also an avid art collector among many things, but also is a fantastic leader. Where his group was doing a huge number. I'll let him say the number himself. Last November in Hong Kong. So without further ado, please let's give a warm welcome to Silver President's team from Malaysia, Mr. Lam.
Hello. Cheers. Make sure you have this drink every day, 2 or 3 times a day, full of vitamin C. And remember, stay at home. Play safe. Thank you, Paul, for inviting me and to share with you my experience in direct selling, particularly with PM International. I was employed by the company as a sales director for Asia Pacific region in the year 2007. And my responsibility to help them open up office in Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, Japan. And after 6 years in corporate work, I retired. At that time, I was already 60 years old. I started with the company at age 54. So at age 60, I told myself, enough is enough. I think I want to enjoy the other end of my whatever time I have, I want to enjoy myself. That's the reason why I say enough is enough. And 13 years ago, that was exactly 2007, a friend of mine by the name of Wolfgang Neckner, he was my former upline in other direct selling company. He's from Melbourne, Australia, and he called me, Lam, I got a business opportunity for you. And before he proceed, I asked him, what product are they selling? So when the moment he said it's nutritional product, I was not interested at all, and I told him no. Why? Because nutritional product, there are plenty food in the market, and everybody talk like a salesman, sell until like sometimes people oblige you just to buy you one box. And sometimes, from my experience, I've seen a lot of people try to sell me nutritional product. They sell like nutritionists, and this is not my cup of tea because I don't like to sell, and I do not like to overclaim in any product. This is the reason why I told you I'm not interested. A few weeks later, he called me again, and I said no. But third time, very creative, he said, Lam, I'm coming to Malaysia for holiday. I welcome him, but I warn him, Wolfgang, you can come to Malaysia, stay in my house, enjoy yourself, but don't talk to me about what companies are. I can't remember the kind of company at that time. I said, you can come anytime because I do not want you to be disappointed, knowing that I know his agenda. Flying all the way from Melbourne, spend so much money and time, and then do not want to disappoint him. But since he's coming here for holiday, I said, okay. He arrived the next day. He offered me a drink without talking about the company, without even showing me the what they call the product. Now, when a friend offers you a drink, it's very hard to say no. So, as a friend, I trusted him and I took the drink. And I remember the color of the drink was dark gray. So I presume he must have put a lot of active whites at that time. Because only later I knew he cannot afford to fail in this presentation. Coming all the way for a few thousand miles to meet me, if the product doesn't work on me, I said, sayonara, that's it. Therefore, this is the only chance I gave him, and he took the chance. That's the reason why I noticed the active whites, he must have put extra. After a few minutes, my whole body flushed. My face, my ear, my leg flushed. I can still feel the heat in me. And I panicked. I asked Wolfgang, what did you offer me? And that's where he started to explain about the product. You see, it was the demonstration of the product that opened up my times. If he had started the wrong way by explaining to me about the product and company, I asked him, get lost. That's me, because I told him I'm not interested anymore. So when he started to explain, then only I realized I'm now giving him an opportunity, a chance to speak about the product, which I already said no. So after that, he explained the company profile and the business aspect. And being a business person, I'm attracted to the business, and I'm attracted to the German company opening up in Asia. So in this meeting, I said no to him 3 times. On the 4th time, after drinking the active wise, I said maybe. Only when after explaining about the company and the business plan, I was attracted and I said yes. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, a person like me is so tough. The process itself to close me take 5 no's, 3 no's. And fortunately, he did his job very well. And the initiative by coming into Malaysia pays him, really pays him. Until today, 13 years later, my sales has escalated to 15 million points a month. That is ringgit, 66 million ringgit a month in last year November. That was really fantastic. And do you know, Wolf then presented me 1 time. And after that, he go back to Australia, and we hardly contact each other because at that time, there's no such thing as WhatsApp, WeChat, or online. Everything on the phone. I know how expensive it is to talk on the phone. So we hardly contact each other. So I was very independent. I learned the business as much as possible and just go for it. And today, up to today, because he presented to me once, now he's enjoying a perpetual residual income for life. And today he's already 70 years old and still enjoying the residual income. This is fantastic. This is PM International Marketing Plan. Work 1 time, receive income perpetual for life. Where can you find such marketing plan? Now, after 6 years in the corporate life, I chose to retire. Okay, and during the retirement, I did nothing on very much on PM. Even some of the holiday I qualify, every year I still don't want to go. I take my time. I go for holiday with my family. I go fishing. I play mahjong, and this is the kind of life I want to enjoy. However, during my during my retirement, in the year 2006, that means 3 years after my retirement, I saw the sales keep escalating. My personal group sales keep escalating from 1 million point to 5 million point, 10 million point to 15 million points a month. That is 5 million ringgit to 66 ringgit a month. That got me very excited. Now, mind you, I already retired for 5 years and sales escalated. So in other words, the effort I put in the first 5 years, I start to harvest the reward after on the 6 years onward. Imagine. This is where I got myself very excited. I said, it's time to come back. I tell myself, I shall be back to build my network again in Asia. With my experience in direct selling, with my knowledge in direct selling, it will be a tremendous waste if I do not continue the business, helping my son to build a network. Now, this is one of the motivation. My son was interested in the business, and as a father, I want to guide him to how to succeed as fast as possible. And true enough, within 1 year, he has already qualified Executive Vice President. And this is kind of satisfaction I get as a father. So with all the contact I have, the human resources I have, I mobilize them and go all around and start to do prospecting and start to travel around. I remember my first interview was Singapore. I called my friend in Singapore and I told him I have a project. I have this direct selling company. He told me straight, Lam, I'm not interested in direct selling company anymore. Although you're my former upline, but I'm not interested in direct selling. I've already settled down in a traditional business. Therefore, don't talk to me. Now, at that time, I don't know much about the product. I do not know about the company. There if I remember very well, it was only 1 week after joining PM. So what kind of knowledge do I have? What kind of marketing plan do I have? But I remember what my upline did to me. Just do the demo. He told me, Lam, this business is very simple. Use, talk, and demo. So with very little knowledge about the product, I just duplicate exactly what he did. I went down to Singapore in a coffee house. I just offered him an Activize. Of course, I follow what my upline did. Taro lah, more Activize. Done break. Before the coffee arrived, he finished his drink, and after that, history is created. Just imagine. Now, on the other hand, I know a lot of people talk about product before talk about marketing plan. And I'm a strong believer, I tell the whole story. When I say I tell the whole story, it means that my whole story consists of 30% product, 70% on business. Because if the person is interested in business, buying the product is almost automatic. If we want to learn more about the product, he's more willing to learn the product because he's already in the business. Then I ask him, go and see Amber. Go and see our nutritionist. That's their role, not my role. So, and I have so far, in my 30 over years in direct selling, I've never come across any person object to making money. This is when I talk about business approach, I have very little resistance and the success is very high. Okay, so this is what I normally do. Some people are shy or fear of selling. Talk about PM. Some people are naturally, they don't like to do selling, they don't like to be looked as a salesman. But I look at direct selling in a different way. I don't regard myself as a salesman. I don't regard myself as a team partner. I regard myself as a consultant, looking for human asset. Because to me, human are $1 million asset. It's like property, acquiring property. The more property that you have, the more human asset you acquire, the more property that you have, the more rental you collect. This is exactly what my attitude tells me. This is the reason why every person I see, I'm not selling product. I'm looking at how can I turn this person into a terrace house, a bungalow house, or a condominium where I collect monthly income. The advantage is when I use business approach, once he's in, the next couple of days, you know how excited he is at the first presentation. The chances is he will start to introduce his friend to me. And I'm a strong believer on joint selling, joint presentation, because the first few times he's not experienced, that's where I come in to show him, guide him how I do it. So in other words, the moment a person is interested in business, I get results in a few days. But you use product as approach, yes, it's also very effective. But some people say, let me try the product first, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. The product work on him, he comes back. If he doesn't like the product, that's it. It's the end of the story. You will never see him again. But my chances of telling the whole story, at least if he's not interested in the product, he's interested in the money. If not interested in the money, at least he get interested in the product. That is the reason why I always tell the whole story. The whole story is 70%, 730. 70% on marketing plan, 30% on product. So what is my role? I regard my role as a headhunter. I'm a headhunter specialist. I look for people. People are my asset, human asset. This is the reason why I regard myself a headhunter. This is the reason why I'm not shy. I got no fear talking to people. Every time I look at somebody, I say, this must be my terrace house. At least a terrace house. Let me develop him into a bungalow. Okay. Now look at those international fund managers. What role are they playing? International fund manager invest our money. They invest in businesses. They invest in fixed assets. They buy properties. Hopefully, the investor will get good ROI, okay, capital appreciation, and correct rental at the same time. But this international manager, they have to invest in 100 million to acquire property to get good ROI. During this time, on the with this COVID-19, a lot of business affected. Do you still get good rental? Do I have a problem? No. My business went up. Paul has mentioned sales went up 200%. Imagine. This is why I rather invest on human asset rather than fixed asset. So, ladies and gentlemen, you want to succeed in this business, even though you have no experience in direct selling, tell yourself, success is only about attitude, how you look at things, how you put words a salesman and a team partner, the chances is you create more fear, you create more shyness. But if you choose the right word and tell yourself, I am a headhunter, I am a business consultant, I'm looking for business success. In this case, you go a long way. You have no fear whatsoever. So another reason why I decided to come back is this. The company is very generous. The company kept to its word. The company allowed me to transfer my account to my son. So in other words, the moment he took over my account, he is already a silver president. He started to start from zero again. So in other words, my income become his income, and later on become my grandchildren's income. So what the effort I put in the last 13 years, I have created a legacy, an income for many, many generations. However, if you are a professional, you can't say that, I now retire as an engineer, I pass my certificate, my master degree to my son. Any possible? Any day, can you do that? No. They have to start all over again. But in this case, in direct selling, in PM International, nothing happened. So you can continue your legacy. And I enjoy very much because nowadays, whenever we go for Germany for a World Congress or the Winter Leadership, we go together as a family because he qualified, I also qualified. So yes, create a very good bonding among family, which in the past I don't have it. This is thanks to PM International. So in conclusion, I want to pass a message to you. I hope you can remember this. And this has been with me many, many years. And I can remember every word. Never be loyal to something just because you are educated in that field or because you have been there for too long. If you are not making changes, if you are not making headways, change. Don't stay there and wait until income drops, until you are retrenched. You should change when you're not making headways. So in Chinese, there's a Chinese saying, 拿得上，放得下. This is attitude we must have. Thank you very much. And cheers, remember your drink.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much. I refer to you as Uncle Lam, Thank you very much. And you know something, there's so many positive points from that we can take